You set 3 alarms last night. You went to bed at a reasonable time. You didn't even scroll your phone that long. And yet, here you are, dragging yourself out of bed like someone pulled you out of quicksand, eyes half open, brain completely offline. Sound familiar? Here's the truth nobody tells you. The problem isn't how long you're sleeping, it's how well. And there's a massive difference between the two. Today, I'm going to give you the exact formula to fix your sleep quality from the ground up. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why you've been waking up exhausted, and more importantly, what to do about it starting tonight. Let's get one thing straight first. Sleep isn't just rest. It's a biological process your body runs every single night to repair your muscles, consolidate your memories, regulate your hormones, and literally clean your brain. Yes, your brain has a waste removal system called the glymphatic system, and it only activates fully during deep sleep. When you don't get enough quality sleep, that system doesn't complete its job. You wake up with mental fog, low energy, and sometimes even a dull headache. Not because you didn't sleep enough hours, but because you didn't reach the deep stages long enough or often enough. So what actually determines sleep quality? There are 4 key pillars: your sleep cycles, your sleep environment, your pre-sleep routine, and your biology. Most people only ever think about one of them, if they think about it at all. Let's break them down one by one. Your sleep happens in cycles. Each cycle lasts roughly 90 minutes and includes light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep. You need 4 to 6 of these cycles per night to feel genuinely rested. The problem is, most people interrupt their cycles without knowing it, either by going to bed at random times, waking up mid-cycle, or spending too much time in the lighter stages and not enough in the deeper ones. This is why waking up after 7 hours can feel worse than waking up after 6. It depends entirely on where you are in your cycle when the alarm goes off. One simple fix? Use a sleep cycle calculator. There are free apps and websites that help you plan your bedtime based on when you need to wake up, designed around 90-minute intervals. Try it for 1 week and notice how much less groggy you feel. Now let's talk about your sleep environment, because most bedrooms are absolutely terrible for sleep and people don't realize it. Your body needs 3 things from its environment to fall into deep sleep: darkness, cool temperature, and silence or consistent sound. Light is the biggest enemy. Even a small amount of light, a charging indicator, a street light through thin curtains, the glow from a TV on standby, tells your brain it's still daytime. Your brain responds by suppressing melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time to sleep. Blackout curtains or a sleep mask are not luxury items. They are tools that directly affect how deeply you sleep. Temperature matters just as much. Your core body temperature needs to drop by about 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit to initiate and maintain deep sleep. The ideal room temperature for most people is somewhere between 65 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. If your room is too warm, your body spends energy trying to cool down instead of cycling through deep sleep. If you don't have air conditioning, a fan pointed away from you can help circulate air without directly cooling your skin too aggressively. And when it comes to sound, silence isn't always the answer. For many people, complete silence actually makes them more alert to small noises. Brown noise, white noise, or soft ambient sound can mask sudden disruptions and keep your nervous system calm throughout the night. Let's move to the thing most people completely ignore: your pre-sleep routine. Or more accurately, what you do in the 2 hours before bed. What you eat, what you watch, what you think about, and what you expose your eyes to in that window dramatically affects how quickly you fall asleep and how deep you go. Let's start with screens. Blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and laptops mimics daylight and suppresses melatonin by up to 3 hours. That means if you're scrolling at 11 p.m. and want to sleep by midnight, your brain is biochemically convinced it's still mid-afternoon. Night mode and blue light glasses help, but the most effective solution is simply reducing screen time in the last 60 to 90 minutes before bed. I know that sounds inconvenient. I'm not saying never look at your phone. I'm saying understand the cost and make a conscious trade. Replace it with something low stimulation: reading a physical book, journaling, light stretching, or even just dimming the lights and having a calm conversation. Your nervous system needs a wind-down period. Think of it like a runway before a plane lands. You can't go from 100 miles per hour to a full stop without slowing down gradually. Your brain is exactly the same. Food and caffeine timing also play a major role. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours. That means if you drink a coffee at 3 p.m., half of that caffeine is still in your system at 9 p.m., and a quarter of it is still there at midnight. It's not just about whether you feel awake. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors in your brain. Adenosine is the chemical that builds up throughout the day and creates sleep pressure. When caffeine blocks those receptors, you lose the natural signal to fall asleep, even when your body is exhausted. Try cutting off caffeine by 1 p.m. and see how dramatically it changes your ability to fall asleep and stay in deep sleep. Alcohol is another one that fools people. Many people drink a glass of wine to wind down, and they do fall asleep faster. But alcohol suppresses REM sleep, the stage responsible for emotional processing and memory consolidation. You wake up after a night of drinking feeling physically rested but mentally flat, emotionally dull, and cognitively foggy. Even 1 or 2 drinks close to bedtime measurably reduces your sleep quality. Now let's talk about the biology piece, your circadian rhythm. This is your internal 24-hour clock, and it governs when your body releases cortisol to wake you up, when it releases melatonin to put you to sleep, when your digestion slows down, and when your body temperature drops. The single most powerful thing you can do to strengthen your circadian rhythm is get sunlight in your eyes within 30 minutes of waking up. Not through a window, actual outdoor light, even on a cloudy day. This signals your master clock that the day has begun, and it sets a timer for melatonin release roughly 14 to 16 hours later. People who do this consistently report falling asleep faster and feeling more awake in the mornings without needing as much caffeine. The other side of this is keeping a consistent wake-up time, even on weekends. I know that sounds brutal, but your circadian rhythm is anchored to your wake time, not your sleep time. When you sleep in on weekends by 2 or 3 hours, you're giving yourself the equivalent of jet lag at the start of every week. It's called social jet lag, and it's one of the primary reasons people feel exhausted on Monday mornings despite sleeping more than usual. There's also something called sleep anxiety that deserves attention. Many people who struggle with sleep quality are actually caught in a loop where they lie in bed trying to force sleep, get frustrated when it doesn't come, and then associate their bed with stress and wakefulness rather than rest. If you've ever found yourself watching the clock at 2 a.m. calculating how many hours you have left, you know exactly what this feels like. The fix is a technique called stimulus control. Use your bed only for sleep, not for watching videos, not for working, not for anxious thinking. When you associate your bed exclusively with sleep, your brain begins to trigger drowsiness when you get into it, much like how the smell of a kitchen can make you hungry before you've eaten anything. If you can't fall asleep within 20 minutes, get up, go to another room, do something calm in dim light, and return when you feel sleepy again. This breaks the association between your bed and stress. Here is the formula, simplified. Get morning sunlight every single day. Set a consistent wake time and protect it. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. Cut caffeine before early afternoon. Avoid alcohol within 3 hours of sleep. Wind down for at least 60 minutes before bed without screens. Use a sleep cycle calculator to time your bedtime correctly. And if your mind races at night, write your worries down before bed so your brain doesn't have to hold on to them. None of this is complicated, but sleep quality is one of those things where small, consistent changes compound quickly. You don't need a perfect sleep setup. You need a better one than what you have right now. Start with one change tonight, just one, and give it a full week. You will feel the difference, and that difference will motivate you to keep going. If this helped you, share it with someone who's always tired. They probably have no idea why. And if you want more on managing energy, focus, and health without overcomplicating it, you're in the right place.